All right, so I'm gonna give you something to do that will probably, no, definitely double or triple your growth as an athlete, your growth in whatever you wanna do, honestly, in just 1 year. Your growth can freaking skyrocket if you do this, and it is simply ask yourself the right questions. Okay, so this is all centered around self-awareness and self-consciousness. I know self-consciousness gets a bad rep, but it's really just being aware of yourself, right? But it's not self-consciousness in terms of being insecure. It's more like self-reflection. Your ability to analyze your strengths, analyze your weaknesses, and be honest with yourself about what you need to do to get to where you want to go. Just by asking yourself a few basic questions, you can organize your goals. Maybe you don't quite know what to do. This is going to organize and simplify your goals and make them actually seem achievable and really unlock a whole new realm of improvement to allow you to improve a lot faster. I see a lot of athletes out there, they have big goals, but they're really just floating through it, right? They're floating out there like a bubble with no direction. And you might be someone that fights your struggles. Maybe you're just like in constant entanglement and battling your struggles and you can't really seem to break out of them. Asking the right questions allows you to see yourself essentially from a third person point of view and detach yourself from your struggles, from your mental chatter, from negative self-talk, from a lack of confidence. Really starting to ask these questions allows you to transcend those struggles, observe them from a third person point of view, a calm, level-headed, unbiased, and honest point of view that allows you to actually make changes. This is essentially a way of self-coaching. The coach can only do so much. Like I've said in previous videos, it's the athletes that push themselves, coach themselves, can self-reflect, take every single opportunity throughout the day as a chance to improve. Those are the ones that are going to rise to the top. So here's a few examples of questions I would ask. Why am I not getting the outcomes I desire? How am I getting in my own way? Why do I get nervous? That was a big one. Once I asked that question, that led me to find the solution to my nervousness. I used to think that I was just stuck with anxiety, I would never overcome it. Then I started to ask these questions and your problems go from these crazy, unsolvable, mysterious problems to things that can be solved, that actually have a solution. I would ask myself, what little tweaks can I make that would produce huge results? What are the 3 things I need to focus on right now that will get me to where I want to be? What is the actual goal here? That's a big one. Why am I doing this? We need to direct our focus and our very valuable energy into something, into a direction, instead of just being out there and floating like a bubble. If you want to go Division 1, which Division 1's cool, obviously it's great, but there's super great opportunities at D3 and D2 as well. And it shouldn't be looked at as a failure. Just this is a little aside. It shouldn't be looked at as a failure if you go D3. But if you want to go D1, I would start asking myself, what are D1 players doing? What is their technique like? Physically, what kind of shape are they in? What do I need to improve on? Again, we are demystifying our goals. We're breaking down the big goal of I want to go D1 or I want to start varsity or maybe I just want to make the team. We're breaking that down into concrete steps. And then the final thing is, after you've done all the self-reflecting, the self-consciousness work, then when you get into a game, tryouts, or even practice, you gotta let all of it go. It's time to stop self-reflecting, trust the training and the reflecting that you've done, and get in there and play naturally and just flow. That's your best chance to play at your highest level, is if you play free. The biggest spurts of self-reflecting that I've done were primarily in the off season. I think that is a great time for that. There's a time for self-reflection, asking those questions, and there's a time to just let it all go and play free. All right, so that's all I got. Hopefully it helped. Peace.